A few words about Candy on the occasion of her leaving our fair city and also our musical family. I'm delighted to do that, but I thought she left long ago. Speaking of years, I asked Candy how old she was, and she replied that she had just reached the age of 39. And everybody is curious, what took you so long? You know, everybody is curious. I overheard someone ask Candy how could she possibly worked at the VA for so long and yet be only 39, and she said, that's easy, overtime. When Candy was first interviewed for her job, and the re-interviewer asked her what was her last job, and Candy said, I was a trumpet player. And the interviewer asked, well, why did you give it up? And Candy replied, well, the accordion player died. And Candy is quite a musician, but many people do not realize that she loves opera. Really, she does. She knew Madame Butterfly when she was a caterpillar. All right. After Candy has worked for a while, her supervisor told her at work, if her work doesn't improve, she's going to find a pink slip in her envelope. And Candy shot back, I don't use that kind of underwear. Yes. At her last birthday, some of the guests tried to count the candles on the cake that she had, but the heat drove them back. And then the fire alarm went off. And when they cut the cake, the hostess asked Candy, would you pass your plate? And she says, upper or lower? Yes, Candy wants to live to be 103. And when I asked her, why on earth do you want to live that long? And Candy said she'll have to make it by then because very few people die after 103. So,
seat's right over there.
One day Ozzy got lost. Poor dog got lost, and Candy refused to put an ad in the paper. And I said, why didn't you do that? And she said, that's silly. Ozzy can't read.
You never know.
You never know. Yeah. So Candy just hates to leave Ozzy home alone. You know. So one day she took him to a bar. Yeah. And the bartender says, you can't bring her in there. And she says, why not? She's over 21. And you know, not only with Ozzy, Candy is quite an animal rights person. Absolutely. She recently wrote a letter to Mayor Benjamin asking the city to build sheltered fire hydrants for bashful dogs. I found out recently that Candy had sold her home. She had to fix it up quite a bit to get it sold, and she was in the dining room painting, and she fell off the ladder. When she got to the bottom, she said, what was that noise? Well, you got to think about these folks.
Yeah, we know that one for a minute.
Think about that one. No one can accuse Candy of being scatterbrained. There's nothing up there to scatter, okay? Nothing. I'm telling you.
Attention. Stand back when he stands up.
Stand back. All right. Anyway, Candy went shopping one time. She went shopping and left a note on her front door that said, back in an hour. Back in an hour. And when she got back, she saw the note and sat down to wait.
I stopped and clean restrooms too.
I'm almost through, folks. So anyway. Now I understand that in order for Candy to retain that schoolgirl complexion, she has gone back to school. You know, and when I asked her why she wanted to do that, she said, well, I'm already a doctor, but now I want to earn that PhD. Candy loves to read. No kidding. She loves to read. She has a large collection of books. They're on history, and a lot of them haven't been colored in yet, too. So anyway, she's interested in history, poetry, biographies, travel guides about Kentucky. You're going to need that one, okay? So one day I was at the library and I bumped into her in the stacks. I said, "Hi, Candy. Where can I find the book, Man, the Master of Women?" And she said, "Bob, the fiction section's over here." Not only that she's an excellent musician, Candy is quite a movie aficionado. Yes, she loves the old movie classics. Candy actually went to a theater last week and vowed she'd never go again. I said, "Why not?" And she said, "Well, there was just outrageous violence, overt sex, and some of the worst profanity I've ever heard." And that was just while she was waiting in line. All right, that's enough. That's enough.
That's cool.
As you know, Candy has been a member of my band, the Blue Serenade Orchestra. I've had this orchestra going since 1998. And in the interim period, she joined the band and was with us for 21 engagements, excuse me. And I always keep a record of the engagements that I'm in. And so, Candy, I prepared this book with you with the appropriate comments, because I write after every gig. I write who played, what we played, when we played, how much we got paid, and all the other stuff, along with photographs and stuff of all the stuff we have.
Oh my God!
But the one I love the most, is this last one here. I don't know if I can get it out here. My fingers are not slippy enough here. The one you'll like, this one is right there, and read what the caption says. It's got a lady with her opening her thing, getting cool in front of a fan, and she said, "As a musician, Candy has always been hot. Now just a little bit more often." So anyway, yeah, we love you, Candy.
So I can see how much you owe me now?
Yeah. That's right. All right. That's it. Thank you. Now.